This is everything else. Yeah, this is everything else. Yeah.
Everybody, welcome to another episode of Everything Else, bro. I am your host, Marcus the Grand Finale, dude, joined by not one, not two, but all three faces of Jemal.
With my money.
Oh, Jemal, how are you doing today? So much to talk about, though.
I'm doing okay, man. I have to say, Battle at the Valley, man. We got Battle at the Valley. We got Muto's retirement. We got free agency. We got.
You got Tony Khan's announcements. You got Ring of. I know last week we didn't touch on it. Ring of Honor show being filmed on Honor Club. I mean, they announced it, but they gave a date now, sometime in March. I forgot the day already, but this is a lot.
Sometime next week, man. I think. Yeah, sometime next week they're gonna do that. Lots.
So let's first start off with the Battle at the Valley. Start with the big match. It wasn't the main event of the show, but it was the co-main event of the show.
You see CM Punk sitting in the bleacher, the nosebleeds with fucking Rancid and Giselle from Impact.
Yeah.
To watch his hero Kenta.
His favorite wrestler, the wrestler that inspired him to be a wrestler. I was like, man, I was thinking about that when CM Punk was in that audience, going like, why is he here other than one, get attention, or he's just he's 8 hours away. He was in California because his wife does produce women's wrestling, maybe. I don't know, but I felt like that was random for him to just be there in those nosebleed seats.
The nosebleeds, not even like, I mean, I guess if you're trying to go incognito, then, star of his caliber, go up in the nosebleeds, nobody's gonna bother you. But because you are who you are, UFC failure and fucking AEW failure and fucking WWE failure,
I wouldn't call him a failure. I'd just say a outliner or something, just someone that just doesn't fit in.
He is what Kevin Nash and Scott Hall was portraying to be in WCW, an outsider. That's what he was trying to do.
Levi is in the chat, who actually attended Battle at the Valley. He's greeting you with your nice shirt. He sat in the bleachers with Mr. Phil, the Phil guys. He knew Levi was gonna be there, and those bleachers are apparently expensive. I mean, it was a pretty big show, and you had to bring out your money to watch money win the IWGP Women's titles from Kyrie, not Kyrie Irving, but Kyrie's no Zayn anymore. But they had a hell of a match.
They did. Like she hit her finisher correctly this time.
Yes.
Look at she do this at Wrestle Kingdom.
The nerves kick in, when you're in that Tokyo Dome in front of 40,000 people, and it's the first time you're going out there.
I don't want to hear that nonsense. She was at Wrestle.
Yeah, but
event of
But imagine going solo and not having, it feels like you don't have that backup anymore. It's just like everybody, you got that pressure now to exceed. You got your new fire hair going on. Maybe that was a part of it.
Out here looking like Shark Tale, fucking, what Angelina Jolie from Shark Tale and shit. No.
Yeah. So you had to bring the pressure, and this time there were no botches that I noticed or anything. It was just a straight up good wrestling match. And it showed the value of who Mercedes Mone is as a wrestler and as a draw with this show. And my question for you, Jemal, what's next for Mercedes Money?
I believe she has to go through the Stardom roster at this point, right? Because IWGP Women's Championship is basically the Stardom's Women's Championship at this point. But she should really establish herself as a as the champion. So she needs to go through that division. Or possibly, if she wants to travel with it, then she's got to go through a Japan tour of all the great Japanese female wrestlers. When I say Japanese female wrestlers, I'm not just talking about the women from Japan. I'm talking about like also the gaijins that's wrestling over there as well. So, the Trisha Doras, the Max the Impalers, the all those
white people. I just like saying
that. But again, it's just like she's got to establish herself as a champion's champion, and in order to do this, she's got to go through the tours, do the Mexican tour, do the Japanese tour, and then she could probably come to like AEW or Impact and stuff like that. Because in reality, the competition that people want to see is the big matchups that she wants is in the Impact and it's in AEW. But in order to establish herself as a champion's champion, she's got to go through the Japan or Mexico tour. That's basically just a bit. Prove yourself.
She will be responsible for building up and putting credibility in this title. This is still a very young title within the New Japan or IWGP scope. So it will be up to her to build this brand up and try, like you say, travel the world and, be a true world champion. And basically, not only what she wants to accomplish is like live out a dream and have all these different type of matches with all these different people, but also build up the brand of New Japan as well. Now, I know she's gotten some backlash with saying that she's going to shake the foundation of New Japan and be big as Okada and, Tanahashi and do things that no one's ever done. She has potential to actually do that because there's interest to see her. Will she do it? I'm kind of skeptical on it. But I think that, we got a lot to see from it.
I mean, starting off with, her not only winning the match at Battle of the Valley, but also interrupting Okada at the end to be like, hey, I'm here, nigga, too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it.
We are the champions.
Think about it. Black female wrestler from America interrupted probably the greatest IWGP champion of all time and was in the ring center to center with him, star power fucking booming. Like, that's crazy. Yeah.
I can actually see a match because let me put Levi's comment up here. He's like, yeah, this is what Jamal's talking about. It did air on TV that she came out at the end and stood with Okada and they both raised their belts up. I can see a match with Okada and Mone against Kenny Omega and maybe a Kyrie. I don't know who else is out there. I don't know who the partner of Omega or maybe it's Mone and Omega because they do have that, I guess, documentary / clip that was on Instagram and Facebook or whatever it was.
So the first thing that comes to mind would be what's her face? Riho, right? From AEW. So like Kenny and Riho, they already have that chemistry. So and then the Okada and Riho hasn't faced Mercedes Moné yet. Like that's a match that
could be a big draw.
Yeah, it could be. See, it's a matter of could. With Mercedes Moné, you are going to draw. And anything that Mercedes Moné does from this point on is going to be a draw because they want to see what her as the IWGP Women's Champion is going to do. Like, she's the face of that division right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like you said, this is a baby title. It has prestige. It doesn't have respect. Does that make sense? It's kind of like Zack Sabre Jr.'s title, the New Japan
TV title.
Like it has prestige because the tournament was crazy, but does it have the respect yet? And not quite yet. New Japan's strong title has that respect because of the defenses that it had. Tom Lawler did a really good job. Fred Rosher did a really good job. Like it took a while for Tom Lawler to lose that belt to Fred Rosher, and then it also took a while for Fred Rosher to lose it to now Kenta, who's now the strong openweight champion. So like, we'll see.
But even that title has a lot to grow. It's still a baby title as well because it's only been around 2 years, 2 years, maybe 3.
Oh, it's 2020. So like, this is
maybe
3 years.
2. like almost 3, almost 3.
3 years now.
Yeah, and it came up in a pandemic, which is a difficult time to come up to be created in.
That and the strong tag team championships too.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
those titles are even younger than that. And
yeah.
it's all about the prestige of the champion that's holding it. Concurrently, the Motor City Machine Guns are those tag team champions, along with being the Impact Tag Team champions. It just builds up that prestige for that belt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Lucia Dork has joined the chat and said Mercedes is crossing off her wrestling bucket list at this point. She probably will have Hollywood goals. I can see her, doing this and doing her Hollywood goals at the same time. I know she has aspirations to do more Mandalorian work.
It's been achieved. She's in the Mandalorian as a perennial character. She's a character. She's in the lore of Star Wars as that character. Like
she is.
She's there. It's not getting taken away. Even if
but she ain't in season. I don't think she's in season 3 though.
Even if she doesn't do anything with Star Wars ever again in the history of her fucking life, she was in Star Wars. That's huge. That's fucking huge.
Yeah. Also, Tony Khan has a big announcement tonight. I'm thinking it's Mercedes Mone. It has to be.
It's Mercedes.
If it's not that she's all elite, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Or she's gonna wrestle at the next Forbidden Door event, or whatever. I can see that being a big announcement. It's either that or he's announcing Phil Brooks is coming back.
Oh no! Please God, stay home, Phil. Stay home, Phil. Stay home.
Will they stay home? He'll come back.
Tired of dealing with children. Stay home.
Yeah, but after a while, those paychecks, he's like, that money though. We gotta put differences aside. The money is on there.
Who in AEW would you put Mercedes Mone against first if you had the opportunity to do so? And some people in my circle had said some wild shit, but I'm gonna let you answer that question first.
Who I would go with first? I kind of want a big deal. I mean, the main one is that she has to go against probably Saraya, because that is the person that ended her career. So I would say that one that has the best story to it. Everybody, I think they probably would immediately jump to Britt Baker because that is the face of their women's division. But I would like to see her work with Jade Cargill, to be honest, to get her to that next level and out of appreciation, respect.
Mercedes.
Yeah. I'm talking about Jade gets to not Mercedes. Mercedes is already above. Hopefully, it's clear that Mercedes is that much better than Jade. She is that much better than Jade. But if they can get some rivalry going and get some more experience and get Jade to that next level of respect, not only just in the industry, but just as a talent in general, and where she can travel and do more than what she does instead of having basically just squash matches on Rampage every 2 weeks. Don't
misunderstand me. Jade is a fantastic prospect. Like she's still green, but she's learning, and she is just like Camille right now at this point. See, Camille is in the same predicament as Jade. The only difference is that Camille has the more prestigious title than Jade. And that could be argued because Jade is on television and stuff like that doing it, and Camille's on YouTube. But the one time has the Burke. The Burke has a lot of history that comes with it. So, she has the more prestigious title. That's plain and simple. Camille and Jade are in the same position. That's basically what's happening here.
Lucha Dork has Jamie Hayter. I don't think you want to go that route because it'd be champion versus champion already. And you want to establish the IWGP title, and you don't want to diminish the AEW Women's Champion. I feel like that's the reason I wouldn't go Hayter right off the jump. But I will eventually go there. As Levi said, Monet versus Jay is a draw no matter how bad the match will be. It is. It's I think the personalities and characters will clash, and the promos itself will get people invested. She would benefit a lot for this. So it'll probably be even better than Mercedes and Bianca's feud, which wasn't much of a feud. It just kind of came and went. What else? Lucha Dork with Sheeta or the Professor. I'll take Serena Deeb any day of the week. Sheeta as well. I
Serena
think
Deeb
that.
will probably run circles around fucking Mercedes Monet, but Mercedes would end up with the victory. Now that Sheeta match could prove to be a very useful match. When I say useful, I'm talking about getting her used to a Japanese style. You know what I'm saying? And getting Sheeta used to the American style. I know that she's been in AEW for a while now, but has she been used to doing the American style wrestling? They could both help each other elevate, if that makes
Yeah.
any fucking sense. And you could do it on Elevation to elevate that motherfucking show. Because
Yeah. But either way, if Mercedes were to sign with AEW, it doesn't matter who she actually competes against. I believe at the beginning, I think that she will be a draw for all wrestling fans to show up and be like, "Oh, let me see what Sasha Banks is doing." Like, "Oh, that's where she ended up," and you would tune in just for that, and she would be a good substitute because I know their ratings or whatever been dipping or whatever, and she would be that boost in their draw. Like, oh, I gotta see. She's that. No, I won't say she's as big as CM Punk, but it will be that interest that people had originally when CM Punk is a free agent. Oh, he showed up there. I got to tune in to see what's he doing. So that's what the attraction would be for that. And it'll be right away. It doesn't even matter who she wrestles. Like, right away at AEW, it's like, put these guys in a match dome on Rampage and Dark and all that. That's not the big business. The big business is setting up good stories and programs to get more people to watch AEW and actually have programs.
You don't want to fall into the UFC trap, and I say this because it's been the MMA trap, I should say. You get these big name guys or these big star, like, I don't want to say big name, big stars, just
Good
all right.
fighters, known
Like,
fighters.
well, like look at it like this. If we're going back, we're talking like Bob Sapp, right? He's a big football player and boom, 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 and he's like, okay, send him to Japan. He's a draw. He's a big leg guy that's gonna fucking fight and fight these guys. But then he just gets his ass kicked all the fucking time. Or you can go the other route, which is Brock Lesnar, and oh, we got Brock, and he fucking dominates the whole division. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
or do the CM Punk thing and just get your ass kicked every fucking fight you go to. So like, that is a give and take. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because you're a draw doesn't mean that you're going to make the money that you put the ass in the seat for. Because you could get the ass in the seat that one time, but based off of that performance, it determines if that ass goes back in that seat again.
Yeah.
Am I gonna pay money a second time?
To quote Levi, AEW needs to learn how to book wrestlers already on their rosters, but they will be hot upon initial signing, but she will become a stagnant like Miro in the last 3 months. I wouldn't say like Miro. Miro just fell off the face of the earth, but I feel like some of the other people, like, when they brought in like Cesaro or even Soraya, who's only been back for a little bit, but kind of just like, what the fuck are you doing at this point?
The first week was exciting. The first match was exciting, and then it dies off. The honeymoon phase is over. What next? And AEW's big problem is that they, again, don't build their stars correctly. I'm not saying they don't build them because, Elevation Dark exists, but who's really watching Elevation and Dark besides a motherfucker like myself that has
Yeah.
nothing, like trying to stay awake at work, like that type shit. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's all about, I think, just consistency of like, don't get your they have their flavor of the months. It seems like, I mean, it's just like, oh, this week is Action Andrade, and this week is Dante Martin. Oh, we're gonna highlight I don't know. Let's go with Brian Cage for a little bit. Then at one point, after whatever match they have, poof, they all disappear. And you're back to the same quote unquote niggas that you've been getting with. There ain't no niggas. I'm just saying, just like Kenny Omega and the Bucks are consistent. Maybe the Lucha Bros. It's like Orange Cassidy. Those are like they're consistent, their core, Moxley's and all that. But everybody else kind of just goes like, here we are. We're gone now.
Speaking of going down, freaking the Great Muta finally hangs it up. Packs it
Yes.
the fuck up. Finally. 39.
The final pack up, as I like to call it.
The final. My last love of the last love of the last.
Yeah. So this was Hibanaito was probably my Probably my match of the week so far of the week. It was a really good match. It's one of those things where even though I watched Muda and Shinsuke and I'm going like this dude still has stuff in the tank, it's still when you watch it you go like he's 60. This man is 60 and he's going like any of the regular guys, some of the guys today, and lengthy matches that have great stories that are really well put together. Like just watching this dude go up, climb the top rope and be like, I'm going to tip this moonsault and some shit. Nah, I ain't got it. And get down each time. And to the point where you think he's going to do it and then he gets his ass beat up. And it was just a really good match. And if I were to ask you, favorite farewell Muda match, which there are, what is it, 3 or 4? I don't know how many we got. We have the Darby Allin Sting match. We have the Shinsuke match. We have the Naito match and the Shinsuke Nakamura match. And at the end of that, on top of this, the Chono match. Which one has been your favorite of the last Muda matches?
Shinsuke's.
Yeah.
Still Shinsuke's. It's Shinsuke, Naito, Sting, and Darby.
Yeah, it's Chono.
Yeah,
Chono number one. That's the last one for sure.
You know, my blood was kind of boiling, but I was just like, let them have it because it's his last match.
Yeah, and it wasn't really a match. It was just he called out Chono and was like, "Yeah, I beat my last match," and they the bell rings and it's pretty much the finish. It's not like it went on and on.
It was like watching Flair's last match, fucking huffing and puffing against Jeff Jarrett and shit. Like, no, stop it, stop it, fuck out of here, please. Pack it the fuck up. Pack it up.
Evolution Dark with the Muda versus Flair, the literal death match where they just fight till one of them just pass out.
Damn it. Look, put the shit in the bag. Put it in the bag. Zip it up. Get that shit the fuck out of here. Get it out of here. Go. Chew.
I think he's done. I think he's 100% done. I don't think he's going back in this work. I thought it was well done. And the one thing I can say about Noah shows, they are shot better than New Japan shows. The camera work and the camera equipment, whatever they're using, is different. They use some of that, the 4K cam when people looks bigger, the depth. Like they use a lot of those shots and stuff. So it was a really good match.
They have to compete, right? So with Pro Wrestling Noah, it's like they have the lesser known stars, not lesser like their wrestlers are bad or anything, but they have the lesser known stars in Japan, right? Mm-hmm. So they have to freaking hit them with some bombastic
presentation.
The presentation has to be bombastic every single time. Notice every Noah show I've watched since 2017 has been a bombastic ass, like it looks like Wrestle Kingdom every fucking time. And opposed to a New Japan show who's got the Kurgan Hall, they got these dome places, they got these little fucking indie looking but they travel, so it's like especially during like G1 New Japan Cup, like stuff of that nature. But the only time that they hit the big pay-per-view feel is when they do the big pay-per-view, but no one does that every single time.
Yeah, so here's my question about this then. They did this presentation, and I don't know if this is a story or not. Noah outdrew Wrestle Kingdom this year at the Thunderdome. They had more in attendance. I think it was more than 10,000 more or whatever. Do you think that is a shifting of power, as in Noah's becoming the new number one promotion, or do you think it's because it's Muda and they had Okada and the other people on that show?
A lot of factors played into Noah getting watched, right? Freaking the LIJ versus Congo type shit, right? That's a the Great Muda's last retirement matches. I gotta be there for Muda, like type stuff. The Kiyomiya Okada, Okada alone, just the draw of that, that'll make somebody like myself. Like if Okada's in New York, I'm looking at the ticket, like I'm trying to buy this shit. He's not gonna be here ever so often. So, but again, it's just like that's no offense to like Kiyomiya or anybody in Congo, anybody in Pro Wrestling Noah. It's just that New Japan has the bigger draws than then no, it does. Like it's just the gist of that. Now for them outselling Wrestle Kingdom, it makes sense. You have a lot of New Japan wrestlers, you have a lot of freelancers, you have Noah is that kind of company. Noah is the AEW of Japan, literally.
And yeah, and recently with all the last Muda matches, giving Noah a lot of notoriety, especially even with the Shinsuke Nakamura deal. They got some of the WWE people to be like, oh, let me check this out. You have again with Okada and everything like that. Like they had a reason to draw more than Wrestle Kingdom this year. And it was, you know what, good show overall. Okada and Kiyomiya had their match. Their long heated rivalry comes to a head as Okada just beat the shit out of him. Basically, they had a good match, but I got more Okada offense than it was. It was like, I'll beat your ass.
Man,
Okada walked off as soon as he wanted to beat him.
All right, look, peep this out. A Luchador is onto something over here where he says people are tired of Kazuchika Okada, right?
There we go.
I'm tired of him, and I understand why. Okada is the leader of a group called Chaos, causing no chaos. What is you doing? Let's get some chaos going. Be the heel Okada that made you Okada, that made you the Rainmaker. Where's that guy? Where's that guy?
Maybe he realigns with Gato and takes over that Bullet Club spot that is open. That's up for grabs.
Can you imagine? Turn your back on Chaos. Be with Bullet Club. An Okada Bullet Club, but I don't see like
go ahead.
Like I was saying earlier before we started the show. I think Bullet Club should do the route of there is no leader. Just let them be existing, and then do what they do.
Yeah, because we haven't even covered the Jay White final New Japan match with Eddie Kingston. Banger of a match. Eddie Kingston always delivers. Another person that should be featured more on goddamn Dynamite. I don't understand it. Just from his press conference building up the fight, talking about he don't want to fucking be in WWE and all that, to just beat that Jay White.
He's capping. Everybody's capping. They say they don't want WWE money.
Yeah. But his full presentation, even the way he came out to the ring in this Jay White match, basically a t-shirt and just looking like a psychopath. it just worked, and I just want him featured more on TV as a character. It just everything's so believable, and then him and Jay White going in, they put on a banger of a match where they just beat the shit out of each other. And then it was it for Jay White, and he's out. He is no longer part of New Japan anything. He is now free to the world. He could be also Tony's big announcement tonight, Jay White, but I think that would also be a disappointment as the announcement is supposed to be big. We've seen Jay White in New Japan, whether it's at Forbidden Door or random episodes of Rampage.
I don't know, man. Like it sets up. If Jay White ends up being all elite in AEW, it sets up a premise that Jay White doesn't have to lead Bullet Club, and he can still be the leader from afar type shit. Juice Robinson is there. You remember I talked about the presence of in different companies. They have that Impact presence. They have the AEW presence. They have the New Japan presence. Like, they're around. Yeah. They're all over the fucking place.
Yeah. Levi believes Jay White will be tag team champion with Damian Priest. If he joins Judgment Day, it'd be a nice twist to the Judgment Day angle. But yeah, I don't really see it.
That means Finn will have to go.
They can always work together.
The last rock and roller with the real rock and roller, you think that's gonna clash?
I don't think they're going to treat New Japan as canon. They're just going to ignore that. They're not going to even bring it up. That's the way WWE works.
The whole fucking time. The whole time with the OC.
They will bring it up with the OC. But when it comes, they have selective memory of times they want to bring it up. Although it would be nice if he did take over Judgment Day over Finn and say, I'm the new leader of this shit.
Like eventually,
pack it up, dive. Yeah.
Right away, because right now there's no clear, concise. Like they're like, oh, there is no leader of the Judgment Day right now, type ass shit. But Jay White joining that group, toughening up fucking Dominic, fucking making Damian Priest more of a monster heel. That just leaves Finn just there.
Yeah. I would like to see, like, you know how they're building up, I guess, Balor versus Edge for Mania or whatever. I wouldn't mind a fake injury angle of some guy and Balor's out. He says, I need a substitute to come in. And it's Jay White versus Edge at Mania. I feel like that would be a fun ass little spot. But we're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. Because it would be too much of a gamble to be like, what is that crowd expecting? Like,
yeah.
This is LA. They're not. I don't think they're gonna be like, oh shit, Jay White is LA. Nah, he ain't Omega. He ain't Cody. He ain't that big of a star. Where people be like, oh shit.
So Levi says that they're going to try to use the demon, but they can't use the demon for the Judgment Day. I don't see why not.
Yeah,
it could be a
they
demon.
It could be a demon.
The Judgment Day. It's the Judgment Day.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want. I'm okay with him doing demon against him. It should be fine. What
I
else?
guarantee this: if they fucking make that a retirement match for Edge, like you have to leave if I fucking beat you again type shit, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind because I'm tired of these retirement matches. You could do Orny Lorcan and just retire. You could just. Jamie.
Well, that's Oni Lorcan. No. You can't compare Edge to Oni Lorcan.
I don't give a fuck.
Compare. No.
He has a Hall of Fame career. It doesn't matter if you fucking fall to the wayside. How many guys have done that? Dean Malenko did that. There was no big farewell.
I like the farewells. And I think certain wrestlers should get it.
I think farewells only rate for guys of super longevity. And when I say super longevity, I'm talking about at the top. John Cena deserves a farewell. Kurt Angle's farewell was bullshit. We know that fucking, his farewell was TNA Impact. That's what that shit was. Fucking Sting. Do we need a Sting farewell match? I mean, like, fuck. Who does it? Who's gonna face him? Ric Flair? No, don't do that shit. Fucking old ass. The fuck
you have Darby. You have Darby face him. We had
a Ric Flair farewell match at fucking WrestleMania 24. I'm sorry, I love you. Kick you in the face. Goodbye. Pack it the fuck up.
You just want to leave. I'm down for the legacy farewells. Like, I think Edge, someone who deserves a farewell. I got Sting deserving a farewell. If I were to book a Sting farewell match, it will probably be against his protege Darby Allin. There don't have to be any bad blood. It's just like, oh, this is my final match. I would like you to be my final match. We haven't did it. You're the heir apparent to the I guess Crow Sting. I don't know what the fuck he is there apparent to, but you're my next guy. I'm not for just like having these guys. I'm down for retirement matches. That Kobe final game. I dig shit like that where he's just like, let me see him go one last time. Score your 900 points. Do everything you can. And the Kurt was done something wrong. He did have a little farewell tour. It was wrong. It shouldn't have been Baron Corbin. It shouldn't have been Baron Corbin. Even if Kurt had that left.
For the character that Baron Corbin is, that motherfucker got a lot of clout under his name. Retired Kurt Angle, King of the Ring, Money in the Bank winner, fucking the last guy to beat
Andre the Giant.
For Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, for a guy with that kind of clout, he's really fucking doo-doo on TV. What's going on?
Like, it just seemed like I have no clue what. I didn't want to get into the Baron Corbin conundrum of all the stuff that he was given to him and still going like, he's basically like, what if The Miz never did anything? like we gave The Miz has all this stuff, but at least you understand what The Miz does. He brings attention. He's a good person to handle the media work. He's out there in the streets. Baron Corbin has all the accolades of The Miz. But none of that charisma, none of that personality, none of the character work. It just seems... I don't want to go in there. There's too much other wrestling to talk about. Zooming in to Baron Corbin. And what's next for Baron Corbin? What else is there? What else? What do you see for Kenta as the New Japan Strong champion? Do you see him just like holding it down?
there's gonna be a lot of guys in Impact that wants a piece of fucking Kenta, right? Um, I don't want to say AEW guys, but there's gonna be some definitely for sure. A lot of guys from Impact Wrestling is gonna want to put their stamp on trying to be the one to beat Kenta. You know, I can even see some of the New Japan Dojo guys, Alex Coughlin and Clark Connors trying to, redeem himself because has the White Rhino has just been getting his ass kicked every time I fucking see him. It seems like, and it's just like, the fuck.
Yeah. Oh, there's only one match I want to see with Kenta. There's only one match I want to see with Kenta, and I think it's the only match you need to see with Kenta. There's a lot of bad blood between them, and I think we need to bring it all to a head for that New Japan Strong title. The man was in attendance sitting next to Levi himself. We need to get Phil. Phil versus Kenta. And just squash that shit in the ring. I think they have a hell of a match.
Just for Phil to win and become New Japan Strong Champion, and then
he don't have to win. He don't have to win.
Then he can say that he's in the cerulean blue. Like, no.
Phil don't have to win.
Phil has to stop. Phil has to stop. Stop. Just stay home. Write the comic strips. Let the wife handle the wrestling business, and that's it. Watch your little shit. Watch the women's of wrestling on fucking YouTube and fucking do that. Stay home. Walk your dog. Eat a fucking deep dish. Something. Go.
Eat a deep dish. Enjoy your piece of rolls, okay? And your apple dabbles, and stay your ass at home.
Watch your hockey, Chill. Relax. You earned it.
I don't know. There's all of a sudden a Nick Aldis thread. We got to bring it up. I hope Nick Aldis is after Mania. I would laugh so hard. I can hear Cole calling Nick Aldis out on SmackDown. And Levi wants Phil to return. But interesting. So after the Jay White match, I totally forgot. David Finlay gets on. He started ranting and raving. And we were going over potential leaders of the Bullet Club. I don't know if we talked about this here already. We may have, but put your potential leader of the Bullet Club, if you want a leader or not, in the Bullet Club in the chat right now, because I think there's several people. David Finlay would be a good option.
That connection with Juice. With Juice just comes to mind. People are saying Kenta, and then it's just like, I don't know. I think that the House of Torture needs to distance themselves from Bullet Club altogether. Even Yujiro. Like Yujiro show, Evil, Dick Togo, fucking distance themselves. Like, let them be the House of Torture, and that's it. Like, no.
Yeah. You don't need to be a sub faction in already faction.
And regular faction. Be like,
yeah.
We're not Bullet Club. We're House of Torture.
He's going to Dark Horse with Kevin Knight and Clark Connors.
I don't
possible.
See the White Rhino. I don't see any of this White Rhino doing. No, I don't see a rhinoceros with the fucking two guns and no.
Oh, I can see the shirt now though, Jamal. You can see the rhinoceros with the it's skull for a rhinoceros with guns around them. Talk about Rhinoceros Club.
Two rhino horns instead of two guns is two rhino horns. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's already bad. It's already bad.
But I don't know if I said it here, but I want Kenny Omega to take over the Bullet Club once again. Say I'm really sorry to strike the glory or whatever, and I'm going to do it because it seems like he's going to be a free agent. He's probably going to stay at AEW, but it's clear there's a blurred line of you could probably do both. It's not like he wrestles every week on AEW.
True. Man.
I feel like I talked about a lot. That was 40 minutes of just talking about New Japan, Noah, and everything else. Well, there's stuff to watch in Impact and NWA, but I didn't watch any NWA this week.
They got a Monsters Ball match with Trey Miguel coming up. It was one of my matches of the week.
Small monsters, though. These are baby monsters. When we talk about Monsters Ball, you talk about big fucking guys going at it. But Trey Miguel.
That's why I made it one of my matches of the week. go ahead and go like those shorts and see what you like with the matches of the week on the Sharpshooters Network. Go peep that out. But like again, it's just like it's Monsters Ball, but with tiny guys. Let it happen. Let it rock.
Yeah. That it would be nice. I think it's gonna be a fantastic match happening tomorrow on Impact.
Lucha Dork is out of his mind. how, mad,
National
how, mad
Treasure
would,
Club.
how mad would Manny be?
Oh, I swear to God, if Nick Aldis joins the leads to Bullet Club, I'm buying Manny. I get this. I will buy Manny 3 different versions of that shirt. I don't care what they sell it. I am gonna always wear that shirt when I'm talking to Manny. And then we're in the National Treasure Club.
The National Treasure Club. First SmackDown title Crown Jewel.
That's funny how bizarre that could act. There's something sick about that possibility right now. They're both free agents. They can both end up in WWE. They can both end up on Crown Jewel, and I would be disgusted by it.
I can
Like, what the
imagine
hell?
Danny right now just fucking losing his fucking mind talking about if WWE start, like if Nick Aldis was such a draw, then why the fuck hasn't he been signed yet? I can see it saying
Patience. He's being very quiet. Hush, hush. But I'll tell you this: if AEW loses Kenny Omega to WWE, I think that's the end of AEW right there. Like, you can't lose 2 EVPs right off the jump. Like,
I mean,
these are the people that built this place. I feel like
still-
that's a detriment to your team.
they still got the wrestling minds of Matt and Nick Jackson. Remember, Matt and Nick Jackson is the one that set every fucking thing in motion. Let's not put the cap on fucking, oh, Cody was the one that pushed. Kenny was the one that drew. No, the Young Bucks are the reason why Bullet Club is as big as they are. Let's just be fucking honest. They took Ring of Honor to new heights just by being in the Bullet Club, making the Bullet Club what the Bullet Club is. Like, there's none of this fucking design. This design doesn't happen without the fucking Young Bucks, right? Everybody in the fucking crowd is not wearing Bullet Club shirts, no matter who the fuck is on here. It's the Young Bucks. It's always been the Young Bucks. It's always been elite. That's why it's all elite wrestling, because they were the elite. They are the draws of their company. They made tag team wrestling matter again as a whole. Let's just be fucking honest. It's the Young Bucks. If they lost the Young Bucks to WWE, then that's the death of AEW. Okay, Cody is okay because Cody was a WWE guy anyway. We remember this, okay?
Yeah.
That's Dusty's kid. That's fucking a legacy act. Kenny Omega, he's a world traveled guy, so it doesn't necessarily matter where he goes. He can go to Impact. We've seen him do it. He can go to Impact. He can go to New Japan. He can go to AEW. Go to Mexico. He could do whatever he wants to do. He's a fucking international superstar. But if AEW lost the Young Bucks, the masterminds of being the elite, the masterminds of the creative marketing, that the juggernaut marketing tool that they are, that's it. Like,
yeah, but you can see that there's out. If Kenny's out, Cody's out. I think the Young Bucks would be like the next one's going like, you know what? Let's go get our money too. And wherever let's go get some of that. Let's get that Triple H money, Vince McMahon Saudi money too. At this point.
With you. This is where I disagree with you here. You know why? Because the Young Bucks are self-made men, right? Self-made from fucking the Indies and fucking San Calabrito, whatever the fuck, San Bernardino, whatever, California.
Rancho Cucamonga. They wrestled at Reseda with, you gotta get your California right. They were PWGO.
Okay,
you know.
So they started all the way back then from being fucking nobodies of Generation Me to fucking being the fucking the side piece of a group, of a gaijin group that was like, you know, out of proportion. They brought the junior tag division up, elevated it to where it is now. The junior tag division has not been any better.
No, it's not.
Until the Young Bucks made it you know, something to
look
to. You know what I'm saying? just not even just the junior tag titles, but just for them being in the junior division, it made everybody raise their game up. Then they not only brought that from Japan, but they brought it to Ring of Honor, which made Ring of Honor elevate from what it was going to be. We're not going to argue that, Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, they did Tyler Black. Like, we're not going to argue that they didn't, put the company on the map. But once the Young Bucks was like leading the charge, that fucking time from 2014 all the way to 2017, son, it's the Young Bucks. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
I ain't building a show around the Young Bucks. I was just saying they're a tag team out. I mean, and I love tag team wrestling, but I don't think they're the draw that they were when they originally showed up.
I'm not saying that that's the case right now, but I'm just giving them their flowers.
No, yeah. Everything you said was true.
I'm just giving them their flowers as the creative masterminds of AEW, and even like Bullet Club as a whole type shit. Bullet Club would not be as big as they were or big as they are without the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I can give you that.
Plain and simple. Carl Anderson would have done an okay job. Fucking AJ Styles did an okay job. Without the Young Bucks. It all goes back to the Young Bucks. Kenny Omega is not elite without the Young Bucks. He doesn't get that push without the Young Bucks. AEW doesn't happen without the Young Bucks.
It does not. Tony Khan created a worse promotion. No, you're right. They are the catalyst of the elite stuff, but I don't know how much control they have anymore or where they stand in the company. It seems like they're just kind of there at this point.
They deserve to.
No, but I just feel like they're there. Just be there. Just like they're sitting around.
I mean, are they? Because they are.
They're not.
Like, they have to book matches. They have to schedule fucking shows. Niggas do come to them. Hey, what can I fucking do to fucking get on television? Well, we got you on Elevation. How can I get to Dark? Oh, you're on Dark. How can I get to Dynamite? How can I be a big star on Dynamite? Like,
I feel like you have a better chance going through Jericho and just Tony Khan himself than going through the Young Bucks as it looks right now.
And that's fucking
because. Yeah, and I feel like that's where we're at right now because when this show started, and I hate that this divides the Dynamite discussion, when Dynamite started, you saw the focus on tag team wrestling, and that seemed like, that was the Young Bucks influence. Tag team wrestling is kind of just all over the place in that company right now, and there are makeshift tag teams like, Swerve to their glory being champions, and the Acclaim fine, but then they don't have very long-term stories. They lost to the Guns, and now we have a battle royal of tag teams, and you couldn't even name them. At one point, there were so many different tag teams. Even FTR seemed like they're taking the back seats of everything, and like the tag team division seemed to fell off, and that's why I feel like the Young Bucks influence is kind of like dwindled because there was a focus at one point of tag team wrestling that isn't as prevalent as it was at the beginning.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. I mean, even they're fucking trying to incorporate 6-man titles, and there's only been
yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
There's only been 2 6-man tag team champions, and that's the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and fucking Pac and Death Triangle.
Yeah, and I feel like that's just their belt. Like, you know how we are once talking about how Cody was the TNT champion? That's the Cody belt, basically. Where he was just like, because he pushed himself away from the World Heavyweight Championship for no real reason. Just because Cody's a dumbass. I guess that's really why. No. It was a dumb move, I felt like, for him. I feel like that's a bad move.
So my thing is, you don't want a Jeff Jarrett situation to happen, and I think that's what he was trying to avoid at all costs.
Agreed.
Jeff Jarrett.
But once you announce, publicly you are never fighting for the main title, and then they invent a title basically for you, the TNT title. Yeah. It seems like, what's the point? Like, if I can't be the number one guy, then what's the point of me fighting in the UFC or whatever else? If I was like the Lakers and I was fighting for the NBA championship, but you can never win the finals. You can only Western Conference champion, but we will never allow you to be the title. It's like, what am I watching this for? Like
Yeah,
that would be the point, and that was Cody being a dumbass. Like I saw it. Like I agree with you. I saw what he was going for. Like I don't want the management and Jeff Jarrett doing it, but I thought it was just a bad decision where you are one of the top acts in the company. You are not a Jeff Jarrett type of guy. You should be the guy at this
he
point.
could have been.
Yeah.
Damn sure could have been.
Levi, with the pandemic hurt the tag division of AEW, imagine if FTR and the Bucks had the best of series. We never even finished their feud. I feel like we got their 2 matches and we kind of just let
Cast away.
FTR never went for the tag team titles again. They won every other title. The Bucks kind of were involved in whatever they were involved in.
The best tag team in the whole division at one point, and they never got a fucking championship match.
Yeah, and even the Bucks, like they had their title run, and then they turned heel, but then they got inconsistent. They turned face somewhere in between there, and then everything just got mixed around, and it was like we got lost.
Kenny Angle, the Hangman Kenny Angle.
Yeah, everything kind of got lost, and then I think they feud with the what was Jericho? Not the Jericho Appreciation Society. What were they called before? Fuck. Probably.
That's crazy.
Fuck that. Fuck that. I just saw this now. No. We can win the championship. We can win it. It's always up for grabs. But what you got? Al Silver just said the Clippers can only win the Western Conference or the Pacific Division or some shit like that. What are we watching this for? Like that's what it comes to.
Do you guys have Russell Westbrook, or is that just a rumor?
We're 100% have Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook, John Wall, Paul George, Kawhi, and a center. and a cast of characters, and the Professor and Marianne to go with that. Here on Gilligan's Isle, the team is built for the playoffs right now, and I think Russell Westbrook is going to win out of petty. He's going to play the best basketball we've seen him play in probably 5 years because he is petty and hates the Lakers now. He's not jacking that 78 overall in 2K because that's fucking top 75 player, and they give him fucking 78 overall. Like, the disrespect. Mr. Triple Double.
The man that brought the triple double, like before there was Jokic. That was Westbrook dropping triple doubles every night.
And Russell Westbrook doing triple doubles was the closest thing that we got to the big O, Oscar Robertson, for those that don't know.
It's one of the best runs of any basketball player has ever had. His stat sheets. Didn't win nothing, which is which is always a drawback. But he had no team.
No, he had
no
team.
team.
Kept losing.
No, but I mean, when he was doing triple double with Westbrook, there wasn't much of a team. He was with the Thunder. Everybody was on their way out. They were rebuilding. He was the team. He was a one-man team. It was just like, oh, here's Superman, and we give you Plastic Man and fucking
John Morant is slowly on his way to the Russell Westbrook run.
Yeah. Although Memphis is a much better team.
Grizzlies don't get better. If the Grizzlies don't get better.
Well, they are the number 2 team in the West right now. They are a good team.
Okay, but they're 16 and 17 in the West. Just the West. Like if we had Western Conference, they are 16 and 17. That's a losing record, y'all. That's a losing record. That's not a winning record. That's not 50. They're below 500, son.
Yeah, and then they went on a big losing streak right before the All-Star break. They got some wins back, but they had a rough spell. So we'll see. Hopefully he doesn't end up like that. I don't wish that on any player.
In order for them to even make the West, they have to beat the East teams. That's alarming.
Yeah,
you have to beat the East and the West teams to be the best teams.
Levi's having flashbacks to Derrick Rose with Ja Morant. I don't think he's that way. Derrick Rose is just unlucky.
I think Ja is the Westbrook of their time.
I like that Westbrook is just. It's only been 4 years. He's the Westbrook of the time. Like, goddamn. Nah, but this new generation of ballers, I really like the Morants, the Tatums, the
Luka, fucking
Luca, fucking
Booker.
I'm blanking out on Cleveland. What's his name? Donovan Mitchell. Those
Oh yeah,
guys are just these fucking guys are ballers. These guys play hard. Yeah,
and the young guys didn't even fucking come into their own yet. The Cade Cunninghams, the Jordan Ivies, you
yeah,
know these guys are still developing.
yeah. There's some Embiid. It's just getting better every time you see him. Giannis is unstoppable. Fucking the NBA has some talent right now. Just in general. Just in general. I know people may be down in the league. It's like, oh, this is it, but nah, they have talent. Like just when you just
It's
look at
hard,
it. If
hard
Anthony
to,
Davis can stay healthy, he is a very talented player.
it's hard. It's hard to win in the NBA, man. Let's
Yeah.
just put it that way. It's it's not MJ's NBA, but it's not Kobe's NBA either. It's really hard to win.
I will argue that this is harder than MJ's NBA. I feel like and there
It's
was a
always,
lot of talent. There was a lot of talent back then. I'm not taking anything away from them, but I think now, I think the field is deeper in talent. It's harder to be in the NBA probably now than it was back then.
yeah, they're fighting for minutes. Like
Yeah,
there's guys on the bench that you Matt McClung just won the fucking NBA fucking dunk contest, and that's not
yeah,
by accident. Jericho Sims fucking plays for the Knicks, center for the Knicks. That boy is wild, good.
yeah,
Like you know what I'm saying. Fucking the bench. Desmond Bain is the bench guy. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and
Jose Alvarado from fucking the Pelicans. He
yeah,
wants CG McCollum's point guard spot. He wants it.
yeah. And then you got Wimbayama on the way in, who looks like he's gonna be a monster, like another, like a better version of Kevin Durant. Maybe that's what we look like we're getting. Like that's how scary that looks. And then if Zion can stay healthy, which is never gonna happen, probably. He seems like he might be one of those guys. He's crazy out there. The field is insane. Just the size and speed, and it's like wow. Like most of these guys should be in the NFL with their size and speed, not the NBA.
Well, we just dead turned this to everything else.
Yeah, we literally got to the NBA.
Because we were about to get a whole basketball like an analogy out
Yeah.
here.
Like we just went. I don't even know how it got this way. Yeah, it is hard. Like he says, hard than ever to win the NBA. It's safe to say the Warriors are the go. Like even the Warriors, who are an elite team, without Steph Curry, they're nothing. They're nothing. Like you can't just do it with Clay, Draymond, and Poole.
This is
You need Steph.
This is AEW. So much talent. So much talent. Anybody can win. They need to distribute out that talent evenly.
Now, and you know, let's end the show. We got 3 minutes anyway. But do you prefer a league that has a dominant team or a league with parity?
I don't need dominant teams. I need I don't want to know who's gonna win next year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Phoenix looks like they can do some noise, especially with the Durant pickup.
Yeah.
Booker, Durant, Ayton, that go crazy. Like let's just. But is their bench healthy enough? The Pelicans can make noise this year. Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, CJ McCollum. Like I said, Jose Alvarado, who's on the bench. He's the Fred VanVleet of 2019 when fucking goddamn the Raptors won, for the first time.
Yeah. Fucking Denver's out there beating everybody, but I don't have Denver holding. I don't think they can hold.
Denver
they can hold up.
Stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Porter Jr. needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, and then people sleep on Milwaukee. They're still dominating the East and everything, but they're still.
Zion's a one-man
as long
show.
as you have Giannis, it's over. I know you meant yeah. Once you have Giannis, it's kind of like, what the fuck do I do with this?
Giannis is out here playing Madden. He's doing slam up the middle and then fucking dunking on you. Like he's playing Madden.
It's like, just get out of his way.
We got to run a play. Halfback slam. What?
Yeah, what?
Up the middle.
Do it. Let's go. Hey. Travel.
I agree with El Luchador. Miro versus Joe. Like, I want to see this match not in 2K20 or not in 2K19 or 18, wherever you could
Or
do that.
Fight Forever or whatever.
Forever. Still waiting on the on a fucking release date. They showed some new gameplay footage. You know.
Mm.
Oh, news on the wrestling code. That shit is coming out in 2024. They're still doing
Yay.
mocap.
Yep.
Best
Game's
believe what
taking a long time.
Yo, I mean, like the game looks good. The game does look good. It's just that they're trying to get everybody's mocap. That's
Yeah.
what they have over like 200 wrestlers in there.
And then you got scheduling and trying to work with everybody. It's you know,
I
I
can't wait to.
understand the time.
I want to see how good or bad that it is.
But that concludes our show today. I hope you appreciate our last 10 minutes of NBA
Yeah, that
talk. But you know what? It's everything. We cover everything. Tune in next week where we cover the Impact Wrestling show where the Monsters Ball match and all that stuff. And we'll see what else happens because you know what? The one thing about wrestling, it never stops. It never stops no matter what. Just when you say, I don't think we have anything to cover this weekend. Boom, Mr. Man blows something up.
that week was the craziest week in pro wrestling, man. When Vince McMahon got fucking what was it? What's it called?
Pack the fuck up, as you call it. No,
fuck up. He got packed the fuck up. And one day everything is fine. Next day,
yeah.
here, get him out.
And then a week later, Stephanie's, I'm in charge. Then a month later, Stephanie, I'm not in charge anymore. And then the next week, we sold to Saudi Arabia. No, the next week, we haven't been sold to Saudi Arabia. Oh, this week, there's a media scrum.
Punk returns, like,
yeah,
Punk
it's just
leaves. He says he's tired of these motherfuckers. They fight
kids
in the back. Backstage assault in the back.
Yeah, brawl out. The greatest.
AEW, bro.
We will never see anything like that again, I don't think.
Jeez, man.
Like brawl out. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like just wow. But
wrestling is the greatest love story ever told. And don't let nobody tell you any fucking different.
Oh yeah. There's moments when you go like, this is the greatest thing ever. Let's say you're looking at the Bloodline Sammy storyline, and then there's days when Uncle Howdy's jumping off the roof, and he goes, "The worst shit. Why do I watch this shit?" Or stuff like that. Or you can see
there's matches like Kurt Angle and Brock at WrestleMania 19, and then there's segments like the Katie Vick angle.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Like it's just nonsense. It's just like, oh, here we go. Like it's either we're at the peak of like this is amazing. Like there's moments of CM Punk returning to AEW and being cheered, and everybody's people in tears over this emotion. And then there's moments of fuck CM Punk. Like months later,
back it in.
Back it up, old man. You piece of shit. How dare you talk about Hangman that way or something?
Damn, son.
That's where we are with World of Wrestling. And, it's a beautiful world. In WrestleMania Season 2, hype for that week.
Season, man. You know, everybody's going to go all out. I'm excited to see what Impact brings to the table. I believe that they have their Impact versus New Japan show.
The multiverse of whatever it's called.
Yeah, man. And then like, I can't wait for Mike Bailey versus Ibushi. That's what I'm really looking forward to. For like the first time seeing Ibushi in a long time. Mercedes
fat. I wanted to be fat for no reason.
Mercedes Moné's progress as IWGP Women's Champion. Is she going to elevate it? Is she going to de-elevate it? Who knows? Muta is not an active wrestler no more, just like Jushin Liger wasn't an active wrestler no more. Like,
Yeah. I'm looking forward to even the Hall of Fames. The Hall of Fames and shit, too. With Batista, May Muta.
Yep. I think Muta is going to go to WWE Hall of Fame, hopefully.
Batista probably. Batista will probably get in. It's Hollywood. It could be anybody. It's LA. It's LA. I mean, I say Hollywood like they're actually in Hollywood. It's Inglewood. Anything could happen.
Shit, man. I don't know, man. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Good times. All right. Tune in tomorrow for the Untitled Mone and Marcus show, where we talk about Tony Khan's big announcement, what it was on AEW Dynamite, and if Dynamite can rebound from some of their lackluster shows, or if NXT rebounded from some of their shows. Fucking Waller and Shawn Michaels is gonna happen, man. That's all I'm saying. That is happening.
WrestleMania, stand and deliver.
Stand and deliver. Shawn Michaels, one last match with you, Grayson.
You're gonna get the break kid that you'll never ever see.
One last time.
I'm gonna strap on my chaps, and I'm gonna show you something, kid. That you can never take the heart out of the Heartbreak Kid.
I just imagine that next week. And then we also have Raw's Retro. Probably one of the stupidest episodes we've ever had ever. I think it's the Burning Bear, where we just made it, Manny just laugh for like 30 minutes over crying over a bear.
I'll wait to record an episode.
You have the Mid-Card Mess podcast coming out. You know, it's spelt like this. And Jamal, I did not know you won the Mid-Card Mess Royal Rumble. I did not know that until today.
I did.
I didn't know you had the 30 spot.
Fucking won. I was number 30. Cody came up, and I was confirmed to win.
You won the Rumble. That means there are two hosts on this channel that have won that Royal Rumble. It's you and Eric. It's pretty good.
Royal
Me and Manny,
the Shoot alumni.
You guys are going to have the Shoot are going to get together and talk about their victories in the Royal Mid-Card Mess Rumble.
I don't know, man. I won the Royal Rumble. I won the Mid-Card Mess Rumble.
Yeah, I won the Mid-Card Mess.
The clout.
And then the
Mid-Card Mess Rumble? No, peasant. What?
And then there's the Saturday show. Tune in for that as well. So a lot of content coming out. And, you know, there's a million shorts that many are probably going to post anyway, too. Check out all the shorts. Check out Jamal Picks of the Weeks. Those are always good to find out what matches to check out for the upcoming week. This week, what was your main match you said check out this week?
They got your boy Wheeler Yuta versus Orange Cassidy for the
Oh, God damn it. God damn it.
That's tonight, boy. That's tonight.
I swear to God, that starts Dynamite tonight. I'm just gonna be like, click.
And like I said, you know, Edge and Austin Theory delivered on.
That was
Edge and Austin Theory delivered. Now it's up to Impact Wrestling's Monsters Ball to deliver. I would have said Kiyomiya and Okada. I would have said Great Muta, but I don't have to say that. I gotta watch. I
feel like you did have to say that for that one.
I didn't have to say that. It's just
I know it's a given. It felt like it was a given, but I feel like for a lot of the casual fans who just watch WWE and AEW, that may be something that goes over their head.
So look, peep this out. Next week, I'll honorary mention. Go back and watch that match. How about that?
Okay.
It's something similar that I did with the Battle at the Valley when Jay White lost, and then I was just like, no, it was the
Hikuleo match.
Yeah. So I just went back and I was like, hey, go peep this match. It happened, but go watch it. So I can do that too.
Yeah. You can do whatever you want. It's your picks. Hey, motherfuckers. I'm going to pick a match from 7 weeks ago. You better fucking watch this. I'm just the last time I'm telling your ass to do it.
Matches to watch. Wrestler to watch or some shit like that. I'll get to it. All
right. Tune into the NBA that starts this Thursday night.
Top Flight wears their NBA uniforms, and Street Profits also wear their NBA uniforms. The Young Bucks rafters for the light.
We need to get one of those matches where, you know, when that time it was when Team John Cena wore the Laker clothes, and I forgot, maybe it was Team Batista wore the Denver clothes, I think.
No, it was the Cavs.
It was the Cavs?
It was the Cavs.
Yeah. Whatever it was, whatever the outfits were, we need to get one of those matches again. Just pandering for pandering's sake.
Fucking A. Ridiculous.
And then have them hoop it up.
Ridiculous. That's
All
what I'm
right.
gonna do. I'm gonna be casting Ridiculous on Hogwarts Legacy. Go play that if you haven't played it. I'm playing it.
He playing it.
I'm a
Manny's
wizard.
beating it.
I'm a
Manny's
wizard.
beating it with doing no side quests.
Damn, you got to do the side quests in order to.
That's what I was telling. Like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, I just want to get through it. Like, you gotta play side quests.
Got to play the side quests.
All right. We'll see you guys next week, tomorrow, the day after. We'll see you all week. You'll see this. We exist. Later. Money. That's how we should end every show. Which is
Money.
it's just money.
I don't have my phone or all player right goddamn now.
Yeah. Back to this image. She looks so confused that she would.
She doesn't even look happy that she won. She looked like,
Yeah.
this belt is kind of small on me.
It's not the,
It's
I thought it was a
also
different
right.
belt.
It's not even all to the side. Damn.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mercedes Monet for giving the tribute for
Hana.
yeah.
Yep. That was a nice tribute.
Nice little tribute.
Nice respect.
Wear the belt
All
right, you fucking you boob. Wear the belt correctly.
Well, this is a bad angle. Maybe it was right, and then she kind of twisted to the side. You never know. It just wasn't tight. She didn't tie the belt on. It was Kyrie that tied it on. It's Kyrie's fault.
She looks like a skinny Jade Cargill here. Like if Jade Cargill lost wild muscle.
And lost a lot of melanin.
Lost melanin.
Lost melanin height.
Smile.
All right.
Don't smear smile. You just
This is a bad picture. She was smiling. You saw her. She was smiling. This is just a bad picture.
This motherfucker is crying right now. That's what
Oh, yeah, she was crying. But that's after every Sasha match. She cries after every match.
I thought she laughs after every match.
All right, we'll see you guys. I'll end the show for real. Later. I end the show for real. I hit the wrong one. I hit end broadcast. I hit leave studio instead of end broadcast.
Wow, this is why they don't take us seriously.
Yeah, this is why. So long, everybody.